Hello, everyone. This is Dick and Linnea with Hollywood Progressive here. Today, we're talking about Freud on cocaine. We saw this show at the Whitefire Theater in Sherman Oaks. This show is based on the actual book written by Sigmund Freud himself, called The Cocaine Papers, and basically details his own personal experience as well as his professional experience with cocaine, which was at the time this was in the 1880s, was heralded as a miracle drug thought to cure things such as heroin addiction and morphine addiction, as well as um, uh, a whole list of conditions that we now know today are not necessarily conditions and certainly are not cured by cocaine. Dad, if you wanted to start off with your thoughts on it.
Yeah, sure. So going into the theater, I thought, well, a play about Freud. The only pictures I've ever seen of Freud is he's all dressed in black and he has this real stern look on his face. And I was thinking we were in for kind of a dowdy historical drama, and nothing could be further from the truth. It was a closer to a madcap comedy, uh, based loosely, I would say, on the real history. It was said that Sigmund Freud ingested a gram of cocaine every day for 10 years. And he apparently really did believe that this was a wonderful cure, as you would believe if you were taking that much cocaine. You would probably believe a lot of different things. But so he treated his best friend, another doctor named Ernst, who was a morphine and heroin addict. He treated him with cocaine, which cocaine and heroin is it currently or recently was known as a speedball. And it's not really the best thing to do. And he was treating women for menstrual problems and depression, and and wooed his wife. But he would send his German wife, when she was his girlfriend, he would send her packets of cocaine to her in Germany, and naturally she came to Austria and married him. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a little bit over the top. He was not. I don't think he was within a ballpark of actually acting like Sigmund Freud, even as a coke addict, must have acted. What do you think, Nia?
Yeah, no, this play was definitely through and through a comedy, a hilarious comedy, an over the top comedy. And I think part of that was an active choice to really highlight the hilarity of the situation as modern folk who know the realities of cocaine, and to see arguably one of the top minds of our world. Sigmund Freud played a huge role in all sorts of across academia in all sorts of different realms. And to see that this show, based on true papers that he wrote himself and corroborated with the personal letters written to his fiance and then wife, to see this man to his deathbed tout the benefits of
Right.
cocaine in itself is comedic. Um, Freud was played by Jonathan Slavin, which we have actually seen in a previous play, which he was fantastic in. I think undoubtedly the acting in this play, as with the acting in most plays we've seen, is superb. The comedic timing here was critical, and I don't think there was really a missed comedic cue. There was a lot of physical comedy as well on the floor and rolling and facial expressions, and uh, to the benefit of this little 99 seat theater, which was particularly more narrow. And at least where we were sitting, we were close enough that you could pick up on all these little crazy facial features and changes in expression that really sent home the meaning. For me, what I really took away from it was that um, we're all made of different pieces. We're all have carry different aspects of ourselves, and something that they kept repeating through the play was Sigmund Freud. He was a father, he was a doctor, he was a genius, he was a drug addict, he was a coke whore, and but all of these things made up Sigmund Freud, and actually one of the um, one of his final cocaine trips journeys, he had his first um, I'll say lucid dream, first dream that he actually analyzed, which led him down the path of dream psychoanalysis, which I think is what most people know him for, the interpretation of dreams and ego, super ego, things like that. So that really hit home, and I think is a reminder to anyone who's struggling with something like addiction or maybe something less important is that it doesn't necessarily define you, and we're all capable of learning and growing and becoming a greater version of ourselves that may go down in history for something amazing. Did you have any other
Yeah, sure.
final
So,
thoughts?
so this was a world premiere.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the second or third performance. It's written and directed by Howard Skora at Nia mentioned at this Whitefire Theater, which is celebrating this year 40 years, which is
Yeah.
pretty remarkable for a small theater like that. The fellow who runs it now, whose name I didn't catch, they barely made it through the pandemic, but they're going great guns. uh, so we like think, well, how ridiculous is this, taking cocaine to cure things? But at that time, I mean, it was a legitimate scientific thought. There was another drug called laudanum, which is opium, that was put in cough syrup. I mean, it was a great cough syrup, sold like hotcakes. Well, it sold like opium. I mean, people got addicted, but they thought at that time that this was a good thing. And these drugs, if they weren't addictive, they do have benefits, but the problem is you can't ever get enough of it. It was really well done. Yes, and the head actor, Jonathan Slavin, we saw him in another play about a black GI coming home from World War II in New York City who marries a white woman, and Jonathan Slavin plays and also a veteran who's the super in the building and kind of helps move the action along. It was beautifully acted. It was very funny. If you think you're walking though into a staid historical drama, you might be disappointed. If you're ready to laugh a bit, you probably have a good time laughing at it.
Absolutely. Fright on Cocaine, as we mentioned, is playing at the Whitefire Theater now through November 4th on most Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Whitefire Theater is in Sherman Oaks and is one of the largest independent, or hosts one of the largest independent theater festivals, which is really exciting. They also do a lot of digital content and filming their shows to provide them digitally, which is always lovely to see in this day and age. Like my dad mentioned, if you're looking for a bit of a laugh, a little bit of absurdity, mixed with a bit of truth, this is the show for you. Thank you so much. I think we have another play lined up this coming weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see everyone then.
Nice job, Nia. Thank you.